Since her split from Kody Brown, Janelle Brown's life has completely changed. The Sister Wives actress has ended her multiple marriages, moved on from the family's land issues, and started living a tranquil life. From the drama of Kody Pass to her new beginning in North Carolina, Janelle's tale has taken a significant turn towards self-reliance, recovery, and self-discovery. Janelle became Kody Brown's second wife after Meri, when she entered his multiple marriage in 1993. Logan, Madison, Hunter, Garrison, Gabrielle, and Savannah are the 6 children they had together. She spent years juggling motherhood, spirituality, and community within the unusual structure of the family. But as the years passed, the relationship's flaws become more pronounced. Kody's relationship with Janelle and her kids was strained by his increasing emotional detachment and partiality for Robyn. She started to feel unappreciated and cut off from the harmony that had formerly characterized their home. After over 30 years of spiritual marriage, Janelle and Kody separated in 2022 as a result of those tensions reaching a breaking point. Kody Pass, a vast piece of property in Flagstaff, Arizona, where each wife would construct her own house, was originally the representation of Kody's ideal. The family viewed it as their permanent foundation and paid $820,000 for it in 2018. However, mistrust and financial difficulties eventually caused the dream to fall apart. Janelle and Meri had reached their breaking point by 2024. Robyn and Kody opposed their desire to sell the land. What started off as a joint investment became a contentious argument that split the family. Kody claimed he was left to do all the work, clean it up, get it sold, and get the deeds swapped out in Sister Wives Season 20 after Janelle and Meri failed to assist him. Janelle wouldn't keep quiet. She publicly demonstrated her efforts to advance the transaction by presenting receipts. In a Facebook reel, she stated, "I've offered to help pay for people to do the cleanup. Everyone just needed to go in and sign the paperwork, which I offered to have my lawyer draft." Her admission revealed a different reality. She had actually contributed. Although Janelle expressed her desire to end this chapter, Kody's inactivity caused it to continue on. Fans praised her for keeping her ground and gave her a lot of support for her composed yet forceful stance. The Kody Pass property sold for $1.5 million in April 2025, marking the end of the saga after years of stagnant progress, according to People magazine. After paying $820,000 for the land, the Browns made about $680,000, which they divided among Kody, Meri, Janelle, and Robyn. In 2021, Christine Brown completely distanced herself from the complex financial situation by selling back her share for just $10. In the meantime, Janelle and Meri were eager to break free from Kody's grip and move on their own, so they pushed hard for the sale. The sale brought closure, but it also showed how divided the once close family had become. Meri and Janelle both said they didn't trust Kody to handle the process. Kody Pass was more than just real estate to them. It was the last reminder of unmet expectations and broken relationships. Janelle took comfort in a fresh start after her split. She moved to North Carolina, where her son-in-law Caleb Brush and daughter Madison reside. There, Janelle bought a picturesque property and started constructing her ideal home, a place she created all by herself. She wrote, "It doesn't look like much, but it's tangible progress toward my next chapter," while posting pics of her development on Instagram. She is living entirely on her own terms for the first time in her new house, away from the craziness of the past. In addition, Janelle is a co-founder of Teta Farms, a family-owned business that supports women's empowerment and sustainable agriculture. In addition to being a commercial venture, the farm symbolizes Janelle's new identity, which is based on self-reliance, tranquility, and purpose. Janelle has suffered unspeakable suffering in spite of her newfound independence. The sad death of her son, Robyn Brown, occurred in March 2024. The whole family was crushed by the tragedy. In addition to paying silent homage to him and advocating for mental health awareness, Janelle was open about her sorrow. Her viewpoint was once again altered by this catastrophe. She turned her attention to recovery, finding solace in the leisurely pace of farm life and family get-togethers. It's clear from her interviews and writings that Janelle's top priorities right now are taking care of her family and keeping her peace. Family-friendly games. Since their divorces, Janelle and Meri Brown's relationship has undergone significant change. They were once co-wives, but now they are solely connected by their business connections and common past. Despite fighting for the sale of Kody Pass, they no longer communicate much. The sister wives don't really talk anymore, Meri acknowledged, revealing a profound rift that persisted long after the financial and legal connections were broken. Similar thoughts have been expressed by Janelle, who stated that she does not anticipate re-establishing intimate ties with any of her former co-wives. She and Meri do, however, have a silent understanding that both women fought the same battle and emerged stronger as a result. Now, where is Janelle Brown? Surrounded by family, open spaces, and the sound of fresh starts, she leads a tranquil life in North Carolina. Once constrained by the demands of multiple marriages, the woman has evolved into a symbol of power and self-reliance. She has never had a more distinct sense of who she is. Her business is flourishing, and her home is being built. Janelle is finally creating a life that is shaped by her own vision rather than Kody's, far from the drama of Arizona. It takes bravery and self-reclamation for Janelle Brown to go from being a polygamous wife to becoming an independent woman. She turned suffering into advancement, battled for justice, and handled loss with dignity. Although the sale of Coyote Pass ended one chapter, it began a new one in which Janelle's voice is now independent. One thing is clear: Janelle Brown has not only moved on, but has advanced as she develops cattle farms and builds her home in North Carolina. Janelle Brown is remaking her life on her own terms, moving past the turbulent times of polygamy, heartbreaking loss, and public scrutiny to forge her own path, full of healing, purpose, and new roots. Here is a detailed look at her current situation, including her new residence, her road to recovery, and the optimistic new chapter she is writing for herself and her family. A new beginning. Welcome to a new home. Farewell to the old. Following decades of being in the dramatic limelight on Sister Wives, Janelle has formally distanced herself from her past relationship with Kody Brown. In December 2022, their breakup was officially announced. Instead of continuing to follow the same routines, she decided to move, giving up the comfortable surroundings of Flagstaff, Arizona, for a spacious 156-acre tract of land in North Carolina. Her new house is under development as of late 2025. Her dedication to creating a life of her own design is evident in the concrete footings that have been poured and the driveway that has been constructed. Janelle shared positive updates on Instagram, stating that this is permanent roots rather than simply a house. In keeping with her aim for authenticity and tranquility, she is leaving a large portion of the area untamed for the benefit of wildlife and the natural world. Together with her son-in-law Caleb Brush and daughter Maddie Brush, she co-founded Tata Farms, a farm project that represents self-sufficiency, growth, and rejuvenation. She has also laid the foundation for a family-oriented business. Life detoxification, mental, spiritual, and emotional. Janelle has decided that 2025 is the year she has to detox, not only physically but also emotionally and spiritually. She openly welcomed this shift as a means of achieving serenity and clarity after letting go of her complex history. Clean food, improved habits, less screen time, more writing, and routines focused on self-care and meaningful connections are all things she is dedicated to. This detox is more than simply superficial change. It's a deliberate choice to let go of things that don't support her development, like people, patterns, and trauma, in order to make room for authenticity and healing. Recovering from tragedy, paying tribute to losses, while proceeding. Janelle has had a difficult road. She lost her son, Robyn Brown, tragically in March 2024, when he committed suicide at the age of 25. Her present is still shaped by that loss, but instead of allowing it to shatter her, she is using it to find purpose and remember. Janelle has made arrangements on her new farm in North Carolina to pay tribute to Garrison's memory by establishing a place where he will always be there, surrounded by the land, the animals, and the future they are constructing as a family. On social media, she has posted her thoughts on mourning, admitting the hurt but also reaffirming her optimism that the farm, the open space, and her new way of life will eventually help her heart heal. Her emotional detox appears to be about maintaining love, remembering, and transformation in addition to purifying negativity. Independence and reinvention, from sister wife to Janelle 2.0. Janelle's change is existential rather than merely geographic. She is at last regaining her sense of self after spending decades in a plural marriage where her identity was entwined with the family structure and expectations. Janelle and her sister wife Meri Brown fought for a fair portion of the proceeds from the sale of the joint property Coyote Pass in Arizona. That sale signaled the close of one chapter for Janelle and the start of a new one financially. She then capitalized on previous controversy by launching a line of clothing including Sister Witches t-shirts, a subtly smart reappropriation of the derogatory term used against her and her ex-wives. This was seen by many supporters as a significant move in which she acknowledged the insult and demonstrated that she could succeed without the previous framework. Now that she is free from polygamous dynamics and expectations, Janelle appears to be pursuing her goals of self-reliance, genuineness, and purpose. This is her life remade, as evidenced by her home, farm, and mental detox. Future plans: a life stemming from nature, peace, and family tradition. Janelle seems more committed than ever to giving this new stage purpose as 2025 draws to a close. The farm, with its untamed environment, flourishing wildlife, and close proximity to her children and grandchildren, symbolizes not only escape, but also fresh starts. She wants to build a house that is peaceful, grounded, in harmony with nature, and removed from the chaos of the past. In order to provide her kids with a solid foundation and to give herself the peace she has long desired, she wants to surround herself with love, memories, and genuineness. She acknowledges the scars of the past and doesn't back down from facing sadness, but she also doesn't allow them to dictate her future. The overall view: why Janelle's changed touches people. It's a transformation, not just a shift. Janelle is redefining herself, not just moving. From self-definition to communal identification, from privacy to polygamy. She is taking back her autonomy. She is creating structures that represent her values, not those of others, through her real estate holdings, business, Tata Farms, and contemplative lifestyle. Grief is being transformed into purpose by her. She is demonstrating perseverance and attempting to transform suffering into legacy by choosing to heal and respect her son's memory. Success is being redefined by her, not by celebrity or drama, but by tranquility, genuineness, and a deep sense of belonging. Many sister wives viewers may find Janelle's narrative to be the quintessential underdog tale, the woman who left, purified her life, and began anew on her own terms.